How important is Ohio for you?
It's critically important. First of all, it's a critical swing state, number one. Number two, it is probably the quintessential middle-class state in America. How goes this state, how goes manufacturing, how goes jobs, is one of the bellwethers of the nation. And we absolutely believe Ohio's coming back and the nation's coming back. That's why I was out here today. You have 15,000 new auto worker jobs again, back just since we reorganized. You have people making a living. You're going to see insourcing here. You have the most qualified, and up through the whole upper Midwest, the most qualified, productive workers in the world. And you're going to start hearing about insourcing, not outsourcing. So I think that we have a case to make here, and I think this is going to be one of the bellwether tests of whether or not the single most important part of our initiative is bring the middle class back. This is the quintessential middle class state. You got a lot of wealthy people and poor, but this is a state made up of incredibly qualified workers out here, and it's important.
Ohio's unemployment's down to 7.7%. Since Kasich took office, we are #1 in the Midwest as far as job creation, #5 overall in the U.S. How much credit are you willing to give your former golf partner?
I'm willing to give anybody credit who wants it. Look, this isn't about credit. This is about getting the job done. I come from, we just talked about your wife's family in Scranton. I come from another quintessential middle-class background. People in my neighborhood didn't care who got credit for the job, bringing a job back, as long as they had a job, as long as they could own their house, as long as they could send their kid to school, as long as they were able to be in a position where they could turn to their kid and say, honey, it's going to be okay. I don't care who gets the credit. I think the president deserves a lot of credit. I think he deserves the bulk of it, but it doesn't matter to us as long as people get back to work and can raise their families.
Real quick on foreclosures, 1 in 3 Ohioans are underwater on their mortgage. Many of they're not going to walk away, but they just want to refinance it. The programs you've put forward are phenomenal, but to a certain extent, they've made the bank participation voluntary. I mean, what more can be done?
Well, look, what can be done is we have a simple plan for literally a pittance, pennies on $100,000 on $1,000. Those banks that the people of Ohio bailed out, those banks with assets above $50 billion. By paying a small fee, they can put aside a fund that would equal $9 billion. That would cover the 14 million people out there who are underwater but have not missed their mortgage payments, been responsible. They would allow them to go to their local bank, and the local bank will know we could refinance, and we're guaranteed, not with government money, with this fund that's out there for the banks we bailed out, and they'd be able to refinance, saving on average $3,000 a year. Again, where I'm from, Scranton, whether it's Cleveland, Toledo, wherever I'm in Dayton, it matters. $3,000 matters to a family trying to make it. And so we just plead with our Republican friends, get out of the way, man. Either come up with a plan, don't, you know, you have one of them saying, let the foreclosures hit bottom. You got no plan coming from the rest of, from the other two candidates. Get out of the way and let this happen, or come up with something. But people need help now, now.